Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth with soap. I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap.
Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap.
Think I just remembered something. I think I left the faucet running. Now my words are filling up the tub. Darling, you're just soaking in it, but I know you'll get out the minute you notice all your fingers pruning up. I'm tired of being careful, tiptoe, trying to keep the water warm. Let me under your skin. Oh, there it goes. I sense you much it overflowed. Why do I always spill? I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. Myself in trouble, so I'll fill the bath with bubbles. Then I'll put the towels all away. Should've never said the word love. Threw a toaster in the bathtub. I'm sick of all the games I have to play. I'm tired of being careful, tiptoe, trying to keep the water warm. Let me under your skin. Oh, there it goes. I sense you much it overflowed. Why do I always spill? I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth with soap. I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap.
Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap.
Think I just remembered something. I think I left the faucet running. Now my words are filling up the tub. being careful, tiptoe, trying to keep the water warm. Let me under your skin. Oh, there it goes. I sang too much, it overflowed. Why do I always spill? I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I think I got myself in trouble, so I'll fill the bath with bubbles. Then I'll put the towels all away. Should've never said that word, love. Threw a toaster in the bathtub. I'm sick of all the games I have to play. I'm tired of being careful, tiptoe, trying to keep the water warm. Let me under your skin. Oh, there it goes. I sang too much, it overflowed. Why do I always spill? I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. I feel it coming out my throat.
Hello. Rich is just being wild and crazy and rolling dice wildly. I'm actually going to go to the Zoom. Hi, welcome to our mind space.
Our mind space.
I'm Andy,
I'm Rich.
and welcome to Get Gaming, the channel by gamers with a Y for.
Gamers with or without a Y.
That's exactly right. And I'm very Y with the yellow today because that is the one color of the rainbow that is not in this game.
You're right.
I guess there's beige, but you know. So
Close.
this has been all the hotness lately. Everyone I know has been talking about this because Allplay just released this not that long ago. This is a reprint of an earlier game called, I believe it's Tatami Mat Galaxy. My Tatami Mat Galaxy. And the original is about a poor young college student. He's about to graduate and he's struggling with a drug addiction and also what he's going to do with his life. So in the original, the black holes that you fill in this game are supposed to represent the holes in his brain from drugs.
Oh my god.
They kind of left that out in this. They abstracted it more and made it more about therapy, self-growth, which kind of the original is about.
Japanese can be very dark.
A little bit. I guess the designer said he wrote the game after he had a friend who had struggled with addiction and had been his bosom buddy and supported him through rehabilitation, rehab therapy and stuff. So that's kind of what inspired the game. Or maybe it was his college best friend died from an overdose, something like that. If someone knows a little bit more about the original game, please let me know if I'm totally off base with all that. But it's just something I read somewhere about this game. So this is a reprint, obviously. It's pretty much very similar to the base game. So it's a pretty faithful reskinning as far as I can tell. I know that they have altered and balanced a few things, but basically the sheets actually look pretty similar. So we have our brains. These are our brains. This is our mind space. Do you get it? And then we have a scoring sheet next to us. And we have all these wonderful markers. So in addition to, always have to have black marker. That's what I'll be using mainly to score. Oh, some things aren't totally erased on here. I do have my cotton pad, my bamboo pad at the ready today. For this one, you really need it to get some of this marker stuff off. It's very hard. The erasers on these pens aren't the greatest. But we have blue, green. That's orange. Fuchsia-ish pink, and purple. And so these are going to correspond to the different colored dice, which are going to correspond to the different shapes that we're going to be filling out our board with. It's a polynomial filling roll and write. You know we love those, like Ada Lovelace.
Mm-hmm.
This one is also quite good in that genre. There's a lot of those on the market already, but I think this one does it particularly well.
Yes.
Because it's not just about filling in our mind space, it's about the way that those individual shapes are going to score in the multiple layers.
I think I get more out of it because of assigning like a different track and different meaning for each of the colors.
Yeah, so let's go over the mechanics of the game. We had a bad habit in our Iki of kind of peppering our review throughout the video instead of saving it for the end.
That was not a review.
We were getting dangerously close.
No!
But let me do the teach first. It'll be really quick. And this is a fairly quick game, like 30 minutes. We do have to share pens, which does tend to slow things down at 2. But I will explain all the scoring. So we have 5 different colors. So let me go over the structure of each round. It's quite simple. At the start of each round, we're going to roll these 5 die. And then we have, you'll notice we have a market of 5 cards here. So there is a stack of, I can't remember exactly how many cards it is, but there's going to be 12 rounds to the game. And on each round, we're going to be selecting one of these shapes. So you roll the die, and you're going to assign die in sequential order from left to right. I actually managed to roll every different value. I managed to do the thing. He was spending the last 15 minutes here trying to do this, and I managed to roll it on my first try. But anyway.
There's 17 pursuit cards.
Sure.
That's
and so one you're not going to use. So at the beginning of the game, you'll just put one face down at the end of this conveyor belt track. So you're going to assign each die in sequential order, and that's going to... Basically, the value is just for attaching a color to each shape. Other than that, the number on the dies don't really matter. And so, on my turn, I'm going to be selecting one of these shapes to put into my mind space here. So let's say I wanted to pick this purple. I take the purple marker. And on the first turn, you can put your shape anywhere. After that, it has to be adjacent to an existing shape. So let's say my first turn, I said, okay, I'm going to put the purple here. And we'll go over the scoring after I go over some of the basic rules of placing shapes in the round as well. So let's say on a future, this was a future round, and I wanted to place my second shape. And let's say I really wanted more purple again. However, I can never place the same colored shape next to the same colored shape. So I have to place a shape adjacent to another shape I've already drawn, but it can't be the same color. So that's where the first wrinkle of this game comes in. So let's say I want this blue. So I could do this blue. That's totally kosher. And I could do it like here, say. And you can flip and rotate and mirror however you want to with the shapes in this game. So this is not a fixed polynomial game. Or is there a term for that? I would call this the open polynomial game because you can kind of finagle them however you need to. Okay, let's assume that then this was a future turn. Okay, obviously I can't place a blue adjacent to this blue shape. I could, however, place a blue shape over adjacent to this one if I wanted to do, you know, something like that. Then, you know, but obviously I could place a different color as well. So the other wrinkle, we have 5 different areas in our mind space. The smallest one is the center one here. And then we have upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Every time you completely fill in an area, and so the goal of the game is not necessarily, you want to fill in as much as you can because there will be some negatives in this game. But the main thing during the game, as you complete areas, you'll get to mark them off on your score sheet here. So let's say I finish the middle one here. I will get to surround it, and that'll get me some money to add to my money track, which once we go over the tracks, you'll understand why this is a very valuable thing. So as you go throughout the game, you are trying to fill up some areas quickly so you can get some extra cash to do other things with. Do you have a question, comment, or concern?
Mm-mm.
You're just here, you're just vibing
Mm-hmm.
while I do the teach so patiently. Okay, so you'll choose the shape, and then once we've both chosen a shape and written it down, we will then move this conveyor belt forward, discard a card, slide, and then reveal the next one. We'll keep going until we have revealed all the cards. So this deck is the timer of the game, and we'll get exactly 12 turns. Now, that means we're mostly going to have 12 shapes total to be able to fill this in, which is quite difficult. A lot of the shapes you will notice are 5 squares big. They're mostly all either 5 or 4 squares. There's some 3s. If you don't like any of these values, like, oh, I'm so loath to re-roll these.
Why?
Because I rolled, like, the perfect spread.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to have... Let's say that... Oh, so for the 6, I should mention, you always place the 6 here. Whichever card would be attached to the 6, that shape will be blocked. You can't do that shape, but you can always do a 2 for shape. That's why this is on the back of these cards. You can always do this shape in any color that you want. And so for the orange one, this would have to be a 2 for shape like this because the 6 blocks those. But, you know, if you don't like anything that's there, you can always use the 2 for shapes. Or you can use money on the money track. So I'm actually going to explain this kind of from bottom to top now that we're talking about money. So the money track is not going to get you any points at the end of the game, but it gives you some mitigation that you can use if you don't like the spread. Often you will get a spread of like maybe 2 or 3 different values on your die. So that will limit the shapes that you're going to have to choose from generally. So the money track will help you with that a bit. So if you, and you can only gain 9 money throughout the game. So this isn't like an erasable track, you know, similar to like, we tend to do a lot of erasing in like Fliptown, but you can't do that here because you're limited in the amount of money total you can collect throughout the game. So you start with 1, and as you go along, as you use this money, just make sure that you exit out with the black. So if I X out 1 green, that will allow me to fill in 1 black space. So the money is the main way you can get fill in any holes that you need to fill. Though I find if you're pretty smart about it, you don't end up with a lot of gaps you necessarily need to fill in. It just kind of depends. If you cross out 2 money, though, you will get to basically do any of these shapes that are currently available in any color that you want. So this is sort of like a wild. So like, let's say I like this shape, but I really wish it was purple. I could cross off 2 money that I have and do that shape in pink or purple. I said I wanted it to be purple, not pink. If you have 3 money, and you cross off that 3rd coin, boop, this is a really powerful ability. You get to add an additional shape. So that's a way that you can draw 2 shapes on 1 turn, which can be really helpful when you only have, like, you start with just a base of 12 to go. So this money track is very helpful to bump up if you use it and time it wisely. And if you gain money from a shape, you can then immediately use this. So this is an addition to the main turn. You can do this either before or after you place a shape. So this gives you nice flexibility, that track. So let's just jump up to, actually I said I was going to go from bottom to top, so that's what's going to happen. So at the end of the game, for negatives, anything you haven't filled in, are you okay?
Yeah.
He hates sitting for the teach. He hates sitting through it. He's much more attentive when he's being taught, but he knows this game so well.
I did.
He does. He's really addicted to this game. So at the end of the game, you're going to get negatives for empty spaces. However, you're only going to count the empty spaces in the section of your mind, of your brain board. That's what they should have called it, your brain board.
Brain board.
Missed opportunity. But basically, you're going to look at the section you have the most empty spaces in, and each of those is going to be -1. So you're not counting every single negative space on your board, just the section that has the most. This blue track, very important. These are just negatives. So you start the game with -16. Ugh. So whenever you place a blue shape, you will be able to X off one of these. If your blue shape, however, the first time your blue enters an area of your mind space, you get to cross off another one. So this is the one shape placement where you can cross off multiple things. So, but it has to be the first time that that color has been written into that part of the brain. So in this case, I get to cross off 2 because I have blue in this area and blue in that area. I'd be able to go boop, boop. But if I did another blue shape, for instance, like let's say I did, 2 for whatever here, that would only get me 1 additional cross off because I already have blue in this area up here. But I don't in that area, so I would get another cross off on my blue. And if you manage to cross off 5, then you get to 0. So that's a very important track to pay attention to because it can really hurt you at the end, obviously, for obvious reasons. So pink, let's say I had this little pink here. Let me explain this. So pink, you get points for matching a shape of a different color. So what this means is if, let's say, you had a pink shape, like a pink twofer, the pink shape itself does not score points. I will score points for all the other matching shapes in other colors that are not pink. So in this case, and also I would not have been able to place a blue twofer there because it would be adjacent to blue. Let's not forget that rule. Let's say I had it over here. I would be able to score that blue shape because it's the same shape as this pink shape. And so you get points equal to however many spaces all those shapes take up. So if I had like multiples of these shapes, like let's say I had this, I would be scoring my blue and my green. I would get 1, 2, 3, 4 points for those other 2 shapes. So you're counting up the squares of those shapes and adding them together. So that's how pink would work. Then orange is similar to your blue track, kind of, except if you spread an orange shape into multiple areas, you don't get to cross off multiple things. So every time you do an orange space, you're just crossing off 1, and that will give you an increasing number of points, however many, whatever your rightmost one is. So if I have something where I manage to cross off 3 in the course of the game, whatever the rightmost visible number is, that's what I'm going to get. So in this case, 10 points. So that's how that works. Then purple, this is maybe the most complicated one to wrap your head around. So for purple, I'm going to get points for every purple space that is adjacent to an orange space. So let's say I have my big purple space here. Let's say I had some orange, like just an orange twofer next to there. I'm going to score for these 2 purple spaces here, and it's 2 points per space, per purple space that's adjacent to orange. So I'd get 2 for that. These purple would score nothing because they're not adjacent to orange. So I always feel like a good strategy is to place purple in such a way that it can be surrounded by orange. Though I guess you could do the opposite strategy and try to surround. I found trying to surround orange with purple doesn't get you as much because of the diagonals, because then this orange is already scoring from this adjacent to that. So getting multiple purples next to the same orange doesn't really help me. I want to get multiple oranges surrounding a bunch of purples. So just be aware of that. Also, you couldn't place that shape there because it would be adjacent to the same color. However, I should mention diagonals are not considered adjacent. So orthogonal adjacencies, so that would be legal to place that like that. And of course you get a number of points when you, at the end of the game, for fulfilling each of these brain sections. So the middle section is 5 in addition to the coin that you get, and then all the other sections are 10. So you will get probably like half of your scoring is going to come from filling up the section of the brain. So you do want to fill up as much of your board as possible. Last but not least, we have these A, B, and C. These are variable goals, which we sort of place out at the beginning of the game. I hope you can see them okay. I hope the glare isn't too bad.
Can you read them, or you want me to read them?
This glare is looking pretty bad. It looked better before, but that's okay, I guess. Well, the glare is really bad. I wish that glare wasn't so bad. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh. There, that's a little better. I don't know, just the position it was in. They were looking really bad. So we may need to readjust this a little bit. So if you can start sliding things while I read all... Oh, now it's looking not good again. They're looking a little better earlier. Like if they were tilted slightly, they would be better. Just this this color tone is not liking this light right now, so that's okay. But basically, I'll just read them. So empathy, this is our A goal. So we want to fill the 12 spaces around the 2x2 gray matter area. So you'll see these these are sort of like blocked off parts around the board that you have to kind of work around. So the 2x2 one would be this one, this big square here for empathy. And so the way that these work, it's similar to scoring in Metro X in that the first person to achieve this goal will get the larger number of points, in this case 9. Then you will flip the card over. The other person, or however many players you're playing with, this plays up to 5, I believe, in this box. They will get the lower value on the other side, which is 5. Yeah, I wish those weren't as glary as they are, guys. I'm sorry about that, but, you know, maybe if we put that there, that would block the light a little better, and you could see them a little better. That's what it is. Oh, well.
Maybe.
So, and then the perfect day, nothing standing in my way. So you need to have one of each color in one section. That's kind of hard to do, but not impossible. So that's a goal you could achieve fairly quickly. 7 points for the first person to get this one, and then 4 for the second person. And if you both achieve that goal on the same turn, obviously you both get the points. And you mark them off on your score sheet here. And then balance, fill in 3 pairs, same or different of any matching shape. So what that basically means is it could be 3 pairs that are the same, or they could be all different. It just basically, it has to be 3 pairs of something. So either 1 pair is the same and 2 pairs are 2 different shapes, you know, yada yada. So, I think they need to be matching pairs because obviously a pair is matching. So 3 pairs. They don't have to all be the same shape, all the pairs, but each pair has to be matching is what it is. So 2 of the same, but that second pair could be a pair of a different shape. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Because you can't see it very well if it's clear. Okay. I think that's it. So as I said, there's going to be 12 rounds. At the end of the game, any leftover money you have, I mean, use it or lose it. It doesn't give you any points. So at the end of the game, you can just use leftover money to, like, as I said, just like fill in little black squares if you need to. But you can use your money at any time during the game. You don't have to wait till the end. And with all that, I think we are ready to begin. That was a fairly brief teach. That only took me like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Sighing over here.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Sighing so heavy. I've been berating him because my original plan was to do this solo and then have Rich come at 2 and do what we did before with Metro X, where he just joined me for a second one, but
I said I would.
He misunderstood.
Part.
No, I don't want you to be sitting there. You'll be even more bored and get wild and uncontrollable.
I might start climbing the.
You might start climbing the walls. Yes. Okay, so we have our markers.
I have to actually roll these again.
No, why?
Because
You didn't want that spread?
no.
He doesn't want the spread.
It's too good.
It's too good.
It's
too
too
perfect.
Good.
We
It's
don't
like
want
you'd
anyone
rather-
to accuse us of cheating or
Well,
fixing the
it's
results.
See, this is more like it. 2.
Okay, you're weird, but whatever.
3, 4. We get 3 shapes. Because we get 4 shapes. Look, I did really well.
Here, I'll put them in mind space there.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I hate that those cards
Oh,
are so
you left
reflective.
off one thing.
What's that?
There's an A side and a B side for the brain.
So I should mention, so the A side is just like more symmetrical.
I like this one down here.
And this side is just a little more asymmetrical. I find this side is actually easier in some
Can we do
ways.
both?
Well, I mean,
We could do.
some
could play
people
2
only
games.
show the A side, some people only show the B side. I don't really think it would make that much of a difference if we play on
Like if
different
you
sides.
played on
Yeah,
B
'cause-
and I played on A.
Yeah, because I played on both sides a lot solo, and we've played on both sides together. So I thought it might be fun to try on different sides and see if that actually affects
Okay,
anything.
I like the A side.
Because
better.
I don't. This allegedly is supposed to be more of a challenge, but I actually found it to be easier. You know what I mean? So
Maybe.
we'll see if it affects anything. We're gonna try it out, and if I get a really ridiculously lower score, then we'll know that it does matter. But allegedly, the A side is supposed to be the easier one, but I kind of disagree with that. But I'm not the developers. I think there's only one map in the beginning in the original version. What do I want for breakfast? What's going on with these goals? Yeah, I know I want to. Well, our brain matters are in different places.
Now this one
the
is
fun
only
effects.
per shape, right? It's not. It's only
Yeah.
the blue that lets you.
Only
do
the blue. When you spread the blue across multiple
Yeah.
areas, that lets you do that, but
There you
not
go.
anything else.
Go. It's your. You can decide what you want to do.
No, I want to have one of each color in a section. I don't see any 4 shapes out yet for our balance. I probably do want to start by surrounding that. I think starting with the blue is only a 2-fer though.
Oh, and there's another thing you didn't talk about.
What's that?
When you fill in a section.
I did explain that. You get a coin.
Okay.
Oh, and make sure
Don't
when you
get
do it,
something else though?
when you fill in a section, make sure that you surround it on your scoreboard to show that you finished it, just to remind yourself that you get a coin. Otherwise, you will forget.
Oh, you get a coin. That's the other thing.
Mhm.
You get a coin.
That's what I explained. Yes, but I'm reiterating that. Make sure you mark it on your scoreboard.
Yeah.
Don't wait till the end of the game, because then you'll lose out on money you could have had. I do like the idea of money. I like the idea. Yeah, let's start with some money. I'm copying you, but it's fine. That can happen in this game.
It's true.
But my things are basically just flipped from you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still the same number of squares in each section. So.
Probably.
Well, I can always count, do the math, do the calculus.
Now we have to re-roll.
And
Oh,
you-
and we have to move the...
Yes, we do. That's your job because you're over at the end there, sir. But I will reveal on this end.
Okay.
But we'll have to decide whose duty it is to slide things. Do you want to slide?
I guess.
You're
Oh my
rolling.
god. Oh my god. Look at this.
Mm-hmm. That can happen. So, like I said before, money is very helpful to mitigate such things because if you use 2 money, you can basically do any of the shapes.
Mm-hmm.
In any color.
Well, I'm gonna do that shape anyway. But let's see. Blue. Because I always like to get the...
Now, I do want to note, you can do your turns simultaneously, but I've found that there's a lot of fighting over the markers in that case. So I think in this game, unless you get another set of markers, sharing is caring. With simultaneous play, this game can be quite fast, but
Yeah.
it's okay to slow your roll sometimes. Have some espresso.
Now I went in 2 different areas, so I get to do 2 blue.
Correct. That's good. I'm thinking of doing the exact same thing. That's why I said fighting. Especially at the beginning, often you're probably picking similar stuff. Because we both are on a race to do, I think, that empathy one. How many is it? Oh, it's 3 over.
One more.
Too bad that's not a 4 shape. And then, I mean, that only gives me 1, but I really like using it to surround that. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do... It already begins the retconning.
Yes, you are the retcon
I am the
king
worst.
of
I
this game.
really
You
am
are
the
the
retcon
retcon
queen.
Retcon queen.
Don't get it twisted.
Okay, queen.
But I might as well. If I'm only going to be filling in one shape in one section, I might as well get some points out of it.
Ooh.
And be differently different. Okay, next turn. See, it's pretty quick. Or it can be. Unless you start getting a lot of AP about things, which as things go on, that may be the case.
You might be the AP queen at this game, too.
Sometimes it does take me a while to figure it out. Figure it out.
Okay. Are you becoming Canadian?
Always. Oh, you betcha.
Oh, no. Oh. No.
Jeff was impressed with my hockey lingo knowledge.
What hockey lingo knowledge?
Because I was talking about chirping. And he was like, where did you learn these things about hockey? He's like, I'm going to shit myself if you tell me that you're actually a hockey fan. And I told him, of course, my best friend in the world, her son, my godson, Wesley, my birthday buddy, is in junior hockey. He's quite committed. I mean, he's been playing hockey for... He's been playing hockey now for like 4 years. He's a runty little thing.
Yes,
like Jeff!
Oh, God.
You know, his mom's really short, but maybe he'll get some of his dad's tallness when he gets older. He's starting to get a little lankier. He's coming up on the tweens soon, so, you know.
That's true, but he just... Stella looks like she's growing more or faster.
Our little ballerina.
This is so typical, though, because, I mean, I taught elementary school, and the girls
always grow
are
quicker.
towering
Little
over
bean
the
poles,
boys.
yeah.
And sometimes there'll be these little... Heck, I am subbing in middle school right now.
Here's the first digression.
And there's this one little boy, and oh my God, the other kids, you know, they carry him around.
Toss him around.
They can't keep their hands off of him because he's...
Hear that, Jeff? Everyone likes short guys.
No,
so
they can't.
They
can't keep their hands off of him.
You know, I'm definitely hashtag team short guy. Except I'm with you.
I know. But I wish I was shorter, too.
I'm trying to remember. Actually, you know what? Most boyfriends I've had have either been my height, but I'm like average height. Like I'm like a little below average height. So I've always thought of myself as a short guy, but not like really that short, I guess. I'm like 5'8", so it's all, you know. Anyway, the point of it all is...
Is there a point?
Is that I told him, well, my godson is in junior hockey, or whatever you call it, in the Great White North, and also Letterkenny. And he was like, okay, I approve this message.
Oh, yeah, he's a big Letterkenny fan.
Allegedly. Okay, I don't know nothing about no ostriches.
I'm more of a Schitt's Creek fan.
I like Schitt's Creek, too.
Schitt's Creek was so
you know, you
good.
don't have to pick and choose. I think Schitt's Creek is for soft boys like you. And
Yes.
Letterkenny is for salty bitches like me.
That's true.
Best of both worlds. So is this what we have to work with?
This is what we have to work with.
Okay, you go first. I'm letting you go first because you're the master of this game. He's the master of his mind space. That's why on the thumbnail for this video I had you be the yogi.
Ooh.
And I was just observing. I had a brain popping out of my cup. I hope you guys like my thumbnails. I slave over Canva for you.
Well, I'm not going to be able to surround... You could, but I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to give you any help. No help.
Actually, we're pretty tit for tat in this game.
I know.
I think, score-wise.
I know.
He broke into the 80s, but I think we had an extra round that we weren't supposed to have in that one game, so let's make sure that we track that.
I'll do this weirdness right here.
Sure. It's points.
Oh, no, I don't want to do no. Oh, my turn. My turn. I get to do this too.
It's fine. As long as it's still your turn, you can figure out what you need to do. And if part of your process is writing and erasing multiple shapes, that's fine. That's why I don't think you should do it simultaneous, because it gets very like confusing with the, oh no, I need this marker now and I need that marker.
Mm-hmm. I think that I will do blue instead. And just do...
Remember, you can't put the same color shape adjacent to another
I
color
know.
shape.
I'm going to just do this, though.
Well, that's good, because that'll help you with this balance one.
To get...
You need 6 different forfer shapes for that one.
6 different forfer shapes?
Mm-hmm.
In one... Oh. No, 3 pairs.
3 pairs, but all those shapes have to be the forfer ones.
Oh.
You know what I mean by forfer?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 shapes, 4 squares in that shape. Most of them are 5, which you want to get coverage with the ones for 5. But when you have
I get. Let me cross off another blue.
Yeah, because you cross. No, you already had blue in that area.
This area. This area.
Oh, and then in that area. Oh, I see.
Yeah. In fact, I get to shape.
Yeah.
I get to do 2. I may be almost done with my blue.
I would like some blue, but I'd also like to get this surrounded. Also, this should be on that side.
Did you already do it?
No.
Oh.
I may be about to. If
you could.
The stars align for me. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. One color in each. Okay, I want to have one of each color in one section for the perfect day.
One of each color?
This is where my AP starts happening. With the, because you have the different layers of scoring for how the different shapes individually score, and then you have the goals adds layers to that. Because I can't put orange here, because then it'd be adjacent to orange. And I can't really fit the blue there in a way that's going to completely surround it, because I'll still have this one square. The diagonals count for surrounding it. I could place it there.
Oh, the diagonals count for
surrounding it.
Oh, yeah, I'd forgotten that.
But you know what? I need to cross off some negatives, so
that would allow you to cross off 2.
And it's a forfer, so I think I should do it. Yeah, because I don't have any blue yet. I think that's probably the best play.
Okay.
I'll just work my way from left to right. Focus on A first. But the perfect day, I want to make sure I don't block myself out of that. So I need to get, like... I mean, 9 points is nothing to sneeze at in this game.
No.
Because that could help you counteract some negatives. Like, say, I still have -9 here.
Oh my god.
Yeah?
I cannot believe I keep doing
Well,
this.
that's what that green's good for. Oh, I never colored in my green on my money track. Make sure you remember to do that, guys. That's just helpful by not erasing it. That way you can kind of track how much you've actually gained throughout the game as well. So remember, you can always cross off 2 to do any shape in any color you want.
Well, I know what I'm going to do.
What? You said you already knew. And now you said
well, now I'm thinking, do I want the orange or the purple? I guess orange gets you technically more, so I'll do that.
Yeah, because you're bumping up. It's really hard to bump up that orange track I found. I've never bumped it up all the way. Now, because I'm always focused on that blue track. I'm like, oh, I just want to get that blue track ticking.
Now, I just surrounded my one.
Oh, well,
so
beat me to it.
But if you can do it,
I'm going to have to
you would
if I want to get those
9 points too.
Okay. Well, I think what I need to do in that case, I definitely need to get this filled in somehow.
I'm not even sure I understand the balance one that much.
You need 3 pairs of 4 furs.
How many different? Those are the different.
But a
fur
pair
shapes?
has to be the same shape. So
Not
you need,
the same color.
So you need 3 pairs of 3 different shapes that are 4
Okay,
squares.
so I already have a pair right there.
That would be 1 pair, yes.
Okay, so I just need 2 more pairs.
Yeah, and the other pairs can be different shapes, or they could also be that shape again. So you can have multiple pairs of the same shape if you want, or you can have 3 pairs of different shapes, is what that's saying.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. But with that many, that's like a lot of colors to choose from. But you can do it, sports fans.
What about this shape? Now, the pink, you want to have it be a shape that you know you're going to do multiple times in order to score for it. That's a lot of coverage.
That is.
And I can't fit a green or a blue here. I could do another orange.
You could fit that pink.
I could, and that'd be a lot of coverage.
Would be. I'm not going to show you where, but you could.
I'm thinking of doing the orange here, though, because then I would get at least 1 pair on that shape, and that would get me pretty close to completing this. So, I mean, the pink would do the same thing, though. But how many of these shapes am I going to be able to fit in, you know?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
No, none.
It's
because
fine.
It doesn't come up.
I want
much.
the points.
Yeah.
So,
don't
bump that track. You'll notice these tracks basically balance each other, you know? So, as long as you move far enough on the orange, that can help counterbalance your blue. So, just keep that in mind. Don't forget to discard a card. Oh, and I got this 9. That was the other main point of that. I just need to fill in that 1 square, you know? I don't really want to spend my money to mitigate quite yet.
No, God, barely gotten enough to
This
do
game
that.
is so colorful. It's not colorblind friendly at all.
Well, sorry.
But that's how a lot of the Japanese games are. Not all of them. Some of them are like very colorblind friendly.
One is off limits. Well,
I mean, Iki's pretty colorblind friendly in general. I mean, you can't really tell the difference between other people's meeples and your own. That's the only thing with Iki.
Let's see.
That's why I like games where, like, even if it's not asymmetric, it's nice if each player has like unique meeples that look like something different for them.
It would be helpful. Now,
Well, I'll talk in the review about all that, about a way I think you could make this color independent. It doesn't have to be color dependent, but it is pretty.
I think I will do orange again.
Why not? Bump up that track, boo. You know I love bumping a good old track.
It gives me 1 more color in this
Except
section.
when we did that Iki playthrough, I really sucked at the track bumping.
See, now I have... This is the one that I'm going to try to get all the colors in.
Oh, yeah. That. I don't know if I'm going to get that one. That one's really hard to do unless you really focus on it. Is pink on the same shape again?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I think I want to get this.
Oh, I totally see how I would do it if I was you. You're doing it a little differently than I would, but that's fine.
That's some good coverage. So I'm not gonna... Now I need to get a couple more of this shape in different colors, though. That's the only caveat there.
Yeah.
But...
Okay.
Wait, I could get them all here, because I already have 4 colors here. I just need to get purple in here somewhere. Like one purple here, and then I would get that one.
Which one do you have?
My middle one, because I have pink, green, orange, and blue already in there.
Pink, green, orange, and blue.
So I just need purple and this one little one over here. This is why I said having the asymmetric boxes actually makes it kind of easier to do some of these things, as opposed to the more symmetrical boxes. I think is a little trickier. I found that in Ada Lovelace too. Like the more asymmetric rooms in Ada Lovelace are actually easier to fill than the more boxy ones.
I don't really remember that. Like, I obviously played that game with you, but I didn't have that observation.
Well, we have to go for the whole campaign again sometime.
Well, I mean, it's interesting.
But we still need to do the whole Machikoro campaign again sometime too.
I know. I miss Yoshi.
Is there Yoshi in that game?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, there is.
Is there? You mean a yokai?
Oh.
That might be a spoiler, actually, for people.
Oh.
Oh, well, you know we did the whole My Island
Oh,
thing. We don't
my
have spoilers.
God. Now we have only one shape. There is only one shape for you. Boo. We can each do
Well,
that
that's
one.
why that money might be useful to cash in this time.
Yes. Maybe.
What you can do also is if you place this shape somewhere, get a third money, then you can place an additional shape. If you wanted to do some twofers. Or you could just use your 2 money to just say, screw that, I want to do any one of these shapes in any color.
No, I think what I'll do... Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, don't go totally off camera.
Well, you
You're
kind of
fine.
set this up a little bit weird for me, but...
Oh, hi, Jack. Fuck you, I'm Cher. Spoilers.
Fuck you.
I think if you go on BGG, you will see questions about the
so
yokai
nice.
for Machikoro, so it's not that huge of a spoiler. I didn't tell you what the yokai does or how it fits into the story of Machikoro Legacy. If you like lighter Legacy games, though, Machikoro Legacy is a bomber.
Oh my God, there's so many little surprisey things, and you get lots
There are.
You get new little...
The story is cute, and it
It's
actually
really
progresses
cute.
throughout the game. I do like that. Some Legacy games, the story is kind of like My City. There's no real story in My
Not
City.
too much.
Or My Island, really.
Well, there are, especially My City has a little bit.
There are spoilers you can get for those games, I guess, but like My City's been out there long enough. I don't think it really counts as a spoiler.
Machikoro Legacy now, I guess, would be the queen of Legacy.
I feel like of the
games for me.
Legacy games we played, it's
Or
definitely my
King.
favorite. Even though I suck at Machikoro. Like the last time I actually got angry playing a game was when we were playing OG Machikoro with Jamila and Shelly. Remember that? Because I taught a rule wrong. My fault, I guess. About the coins, the way that generating coins worked, and I just had no money the whole game. Or people kept on stealing my money. That's what it was. So I didn't teach the limit on the stealing aspect.
Yeah.
So, Dumbledore dies. I think everyone knows that. Even
What?
if they've never read Harry Potter.
Oh no.
Didn't you know that?
No, I mean I've never really gotten into.
Yeah,
Harry
he dies
Potter.
in the most dramatic chapter. It's called the Lightning Struck Tower.
I had heard
And it's
that.
almost very literal. That scene is almost a literal reenactment of like a tarot card, basically. It's pretty dramatic. Snape kills him.
Oh, wow. Oh, really?
There's your Harry Potter spoilers. I don't give a shit at this point about Harry Potter spoilers, obviously. Ha, payback.
Okay, here's the even bigger spoiler.
About what? Machikoro?
Sam and Frodo later got married. After the thing ended.
Frodo wishes. No, you know what's fucked up about the ending of Lord of the Rings is that basically Frodo his wound from the giant spider bitch never healed, so he basically is just in chronic pain. That's why he has to go to the Dying Lands, because he's just in constant pain. So there's this whole like
That's bad.
Mm-hmm. And Frodo and Sam chooses not to go with him because Frodo tells him, Sam, like, you still have a hope for a happy life, and I will never have a happy life. Because
See,
Frodo's supposed to be a metaphor for like PTSD. Not a metaphor; it's very literal PTSD.
you mean Sam?
No, Frodo is the one that has really severe PTSD. You know,
But
Sam is just holly jolly, whatever.
I thought you said he got bit by the spider.
No, that's Frodo gets bit by the spider. Because Sam actually saves Frodo from actually getting killed by the spider. What's her name? Shelob?
I kind of remember this, but it's
Haven't
pretty...
you seen the movies?
Yeah.
Or you
But
never
I
read the book?
didn't like the last one. I was one of the few people, I was so disappointed because I thought the second one was really good.
I think
The
everyone
Two
agrees
Towers.
that The Two Towers is also the best of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Because it's the one that captures that, because he does, the Rohan are supposed to be basically a stand-in for Viking culture, the
Yeah.
whole Icelandic epic. So Two Towers feels like the most epic.
And it
they
was
made
the most homoerotic.
They made several.
too.
Well, yes, they also made a lot of changes from the book of Return to the King that kind
Did
of
they?
altered some fundamental like character things.
It was just a little too like battle heavy for me.
True.
And
I mean, it's about the War of the Ring.
and it didn't have the emotional payoff that the second one
And-
had. And the
I would
first
agree
one
with
was just exciting because, Lord of the Rings,
True. They're setting off. I don't mind like a slow first installment of something.
I think Sam in reality would have gone with Frodo and been his bitch.
Yeah, I think if Tolkien wasn't a devout Catholic, they would have been a gay couple. But anyway, what's happening in this
Our
game?
revisionist.
You're not the first. Like, there's lots of Sam and Frodo slash out there. If you want to read some gay fan fiction
Really?
about hot,
Oh,
Frodo
God,
on
I
Sam's
took-
sex.
Ooh, I do.
Sometimes Merry and Pippin get involved. A little kissing
Oh
cousins.
my God. That's too good.
I still think Dominic Monaghan. I forget which one he was. He was Pippin. I always thought Pippin was super cute.
He was.
I thought he's hot
Both
and lost.
Merry and Pippin
Yeah, I
were
like
cute.
short guys. He's so short. Anyway, is it my turn?
Are we playing? I forget.
Are we playing a game, or are we just
it
geeking
is
out about
yours.
Lord of the Rings lore?
I did my
Lord of the Rings slash.
I'll show you which shape I did. I did that shape.
Okay. Did I?
No,
I haven't done anything yet.
I don't think so.
Are you sure you did?
I'm sure I
Yeah.
did because I.
You should have 6 shapes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I only have 5. So, yes, it is my turn. So, do we want orange? I'm thinking purple so that I can fill this in.
No, I knew you were gonna do that.
What do you care?
You know why I care.
What does purple get me? Oh, I need to get it next to orange. But if we get some orange over here, I'm just not going to score that one. It's less than ideal.
You're forgetting something very important.
What's that? Oh, the perfect day!
Yes.
Yay! Perfect day! Nothing standing in my way. Just call me L, Oh, what's the number?
7.
Oh, well, it's like the least amount of points. You can still get it. You only cost you
I can
3.
only get 4 now.
Yes, that's best.
For you, it's best.
How's your Sunday been? It's good, Jack. I mean, Rich.
We
woke me up
haven't
with the
really.
knock.
Yeah, we.
This is the first thing of the day for us.
It's been a while
He-
since we.
I told Rich to show up at 2 because I already mentioned this, but yeah, because he usually has trouble making it here by 1, and for once he did not have that trouble. He was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed,
I was here,
and
by
I hadn't had my
12:30.
coffee yet, so I was maybe a little overly bitchy to the Lizzie.
Mhm.
But that's par for the
He
course.
is mean.
No, baby. But yeah, how are you, Jack? How's your Sunday going?
There we go.
Time
And
to
now
roll
I
some
have
die.
to roll. I hope I do a better job rolling. Otherwise, I'm going to make you
You're
start
doing
rolling.
fine.
No, I don't think so.
I'm surprised I got perfect day. I just stumbled into it. What's Rich's shirt say? Can you display the shirt?
Oh, it just says electric. Electric And then down here it says
Is this
electric.
a band? No, it's just
No.
lightning bolts.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You know what else is electric?
Your love for me.
Well, I was gonna say my kettle, but okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's plugged in.
You have
Electric kettle.
He has other electric appliances,
Which
as
is
well.
my segue to get some more espresso.
Oh God! Now I'll take the bubbly since you're up,
Okay.
and it gives me a chance.
But take your turn.
I want. Ooh, no. Can't do purple this time.
Why not?
So maybe green. I just need purple and pink. And I can't do purple this time, so I guess I'll do pink.
Do you like our new felt, Jack? We just got this yesterday, and I just cut it last night.
So I'm getting closer to your perfect day here.
That's good. I want you to have a perfect day, baby.
Now. Oh, and I think I do have that one in a different color. Yes, I do. Okay, that's good.
Now, I'm wondering if...
Now I just need purple in here, and then I'm done with that one. Green, blue,
Okay.
orange, pink, and...
What we got going
purple.
on here? I'm thinking some green... Well, where's that? Maybe purple. More purple? Could I fit it next to any orange? I couldn't do it there, because it would be adjacent to that purple. It's unfortunate. However, if I did like this... No, I can't do that, because it wouldn't be adjacent to any shapes.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I don't think that's going to be useful. I regret doing this in pink.
How come?
I can't really fit it anywhere that's really gonna... Well, because I can't put it here, because it would be adjacent to that purple.
I know what you could do. But it wouldn't be purple. You can't do anything in purple. This is remember?
Oh, yeah,
6.
put it on top of it, sorry. Yeah, that does block that. You're right. And even if I used green, I still have to take what available shapes there are, so that shape is not available. So even using the money wouldn't help me there. Okay. Then...
So 2 money if you wanted to do any of the shapes in any color. Except for that shape, because you can't do that one or that one. But you could do any of these in any color. But it's going to cost you 2.
I'm thinking of using my money, or I'd like to get more orange next to this purple.
I don't blame you.
So I think that's what needs to happen. And that'll help me bump that track. I do need to get some blue going.
It is helpful.
You know what? No. I don't want to do orange there. I want to do... Well, I want to get the purple.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I want to get the purple. You're right.
You definitely do.
Sorry, I was thinking I wanted to get the blue, because my blue
you
track
do,
needs some
but...
bumping. I thought of getting money, too, but...
I know.
It's
I did
probably...
too. But
That's probably the best thing to do right now. This is where I start getting AP. You're right.
You do. You're.
It's fine. I already got the perfect day. What am I worrying about? I'm like, I'm blonde. I do want to go blonde again.
Yes. I guess.
My hair needs drying out.
I think also you need to, to do a complete makeover. Wait, let me rephrase that. But I just mean, if you do it blonde again, I'd go shorter haircut again. Yeah,
probably.
yeah. You need a different look. Maybe you should go short haired and like short blonde hair.
I liked it when I had the short blonde hair. Remember? I thought it looked cute. but anyway.
It did.
Anyway.
Here goes. Nothing. 1 and 2 and 2.
Oh, Jack starts work in 30 minutes.
No!
Well, we'll probably be done by then, Jack, so you're good. It's actually Monday morning here. How is it Monday morning? Are you in Australia or something? What the fuck?
Oh my god. That sounds terrible.
Monday morning.
I know. Lord.
I'm sorry.
Maybe, yeah, he could be. He could be.
Are you going to take your turn?
Oh, I was waiting to hear where he's from, but okay. Which is very interesting. Okay, so...
Rich and I don't actually live together, so I'll just send him home. That'll be his punishment.
What? I don't have a punishment coming, do I? No. Well, I guess...
He is in Australia.
Oh, that's cool.
Jack, I think you actually make a decent amount of streams. I always appreciate it when you can make one.
Yeah.
You're always welcome in our chat.
And our condolences on it being Monday morning.
For real. I thought I was going to have jury duty tomorrow. I might still have jury duty.
Did you
on
call?
Wednesday. Uh-huh.
And what did they say?
I said call back on Tuesday.
Yeah, that means you're not.
But that means I'm probably not going to be called.
Yeah.
Because usually the local trials here are not like, super... I mean, sometimes they have murder trials.
I don't think I want the purple.
But I don't think they generally struggle to find a jury. Like, they don't, generally call a lot of alternates. But it could happen. Finger looking good?
No, it's hard to do. But they can be, they're not, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Ugh. This is where it gets hard. Mm-hmm. It definitely does get hard.
This is a very thinky game for how,
light
short
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah. Well, how quick it can go if you're not, being like we are right now.
It's quick. It's not the lightest game in the world.
No.
As polynomial games go.
No, I don't want to do that. Well, I could. Okay, here's what's happening.
What's happening?
1.
Money. Ka-ching,
2,
ka-ching.
3. Yeah. It's probably the best choice. I didn't want to give up any more because I want to get more purple in there. Only this purple... Actually, I could have done that in purple. No, because look, it would touch the other purple.
Oh, now that you pointed that out, I think I am going to do the purple because I have all this orange down here. But how do I want to do it?
Oh, yeah.
I think I want to do it like this.
No.
I mean, that wouldn't get me the most points. It'll help me fill this in. But there's going to be more of these shapes going through. So that forfar, this might be really useful to me long term.
If I... Wait a minute.
But
I might have already filled...
Because that would be 8 points
1,
right there.
2.
Because 2, 2, 2, 2.
That's 2. I've already got it.
Got what?
This balance thing.
Have you been getting a lot of forfars?
Oh.
They have to be 4.
Oh,
not
my
the fifers.
God. That's a fifer. Oh, Michelle.
That's why that's
Michelle.
hard. That's why that's hard. That balance one. How many 4s do I have? I think I probably only have 1 pair. Well, now I have this. I might be getting to a second one soon. Yeah, because I have this pair here. Those are 4 and 4. Onward.
Oh, yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
You did yours.
We keep digressing a lot, which is making this game take longer than it should, but that's how we generally are.
When I'm here.
Iki, we were fairly focused.
Well, that game forces it. This game really doesn't force it.
Well, I looked it up. Iki is a 3.5. It's almost as heavy as a Feast for Odin.
Is it?
According to BJJ, which I disagree with, but I think it's definitely a solid 3. Just because the round structure is so asymmetric. But anyway.
It takes a while to feel confident at that game.
2.
3, 4. Well, we get that, and no.
I need cover some
None
blue.
of that for you. So I do. See, I need purple to get that last one. Let's see. I could do.
I never surround like I said, when you complete things, you should surround them because I have an extra money.
What? What did you surround?
Make sure you're marking on your board when you complete areas. You
I
haven't
haven't
completed any yet.
any.
That's
areas.
just a me thing then.
Okay, I'm still thinking about it.
When I did that purple, I was supposed to surround that.
I'm gonna spend 1. No, I have to spend 2, don't I?
For what?
To change a color on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know.
What do you want?
I don't know.
And I could counsel you. I feel like the square would be really good here.
That's what I was thinking, but in purple.
Just take it in green. Because then purple, it wouldn't be next to any orange.
I know, but I need.
You want perfect.
I need the purple, but you're right.
Just take
Might
the money.
as well take the money and run.
Because then you can always decide what to do with the money later. It gives you more flexibility, and that helps you fill. That's a perfect thing to fill in there. You still the goal. Name of the game is still to fill in your mind space. My mind space.
Mind space.
My mind space.
Yeah. Okay. It is yours, or did you already do it?
Who do you think's hotter, Australian guys or British guys? We know the answer is Irish guys, but as soon as Irish guys aren't on the table, and Scottish guys, but that would be a tougher choice between Irish and Scottish guys. But between Brits and Aussies,
say Aussies
all the way, baby. Their sun-kissed skin.
No, I just love their accent too.
I agree.
Australian accent's the best.
They probably there are Australians and British people that think that our accent is the sexiest American accent because they love California. Western Europeans too.
We're like the received pronunciation in the Americas for the United States.
No, the Midwest. You're talking about the.
Well, do we have a different sound than a lot of the Midwest? Like
you do.
What?
More so than me, but
I have an accent.
I sound more Midwestern than you do, I think.
Really?
Yeah, most Sacramentans do. But he's a SoCaler baby.
Yeah.
You have the fry. You got the SoCal fry.
Oh God.
That's
People
what it
hate
is.
The fry though.
Some people love it. Some people think it's.
I
sexy,
do have
bro.
a lot of.
Especially when a guy with his backwards baseball cap and his cut off tee, he's holding his surfboard and saying like, "Hey, cool wave, bro." I don't know. There's something about Australian guys, though. I don't know. Even if they're not that attractive. I'm sure there's gross Australian guys. There's gross guys everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter where you're from.
Oh, God, yes.
Doesn't matter where you're from.
I'm sure. No. Really? Okay.
Sometimes a British accent makes you sound too, like, posh and too arrogant.
But not the more... Not all of them.
Okay, Cockney English or Australian English? Which is sexier?
Aussie.
No contest. Okay, I see where we're at. Okay, is it my turn to do something?
I did that and got that.
That's right. I was trying to counsel you.
Mm-hmm.
Need some blue. That's what I need. We need to get some blue going. I'd like to fill this in too.
If you want to know if somebody is Irish, all you have to do is have them repeat. We're going to meet at 3:30 at the cathedral.
Oh my God.
Do you know how they say it in 3:30 at the cathedral?
Yes, exactly. They're like me. That's why, because I'm part Irish, that's why I can't pronounce THs.
You do have a hard time with TH.
It's genetic. Okay, I've done my thing. I did my thing.
My favorite is the way you say month.
How did I say month?
Months.
Month?
Months.
Probably do.
MUMFS. Months.
Is that why you like me? Because I sound partially Irish?
I guess. I don't know how they would say month. And they
Probably
don't
the same
pronounce the TH, so it'd be... I don't remember. Now, we need to know this. This is important
You have to
stuff.
go back. You have to go back to Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
just need to know how month is pronounced in Irish. Because they don't usually pronounce any of the THs. Okay.
It's fine. This is a short game. I figured that if we're only going to play for this once, we can take our time. For our espresso
We can take
and our
our
bubbly.
time anyway.
That's true.
Quit rushing us, bitches.
it's only 2:30, so
There we are. Oh, look at that.
well, it's really dependent on what you roll. I would like to get another one of these. Let's get another
What's
pair.
this?
Huh?
What's this?
What?
Wait, let me see. What's this?
Your pincers?
No, another one of these. Silence. It's a joke.
I don't understand it, and I won't respond to it.
Oh my god. He doesn't appreciate fine humor. It's very fine. You can hardly find it.
If that's a failed criticism of me, I won't acknowledge it, and I won't respond to it.
We've been reduced to booping now. Okay, finally, this is horrible.
I'm not mad about that.
Well,
actually.
I am mad about it. I am hopping.
Well, die mad about it.
No.
Are people still saying that? Are you still saying that? Die mad about it?
No.
No? They're just spraying you in the eyes with, ode to Nicki Minaj. I walked in on my boyfriend touching himself. No, I walked in on my boyfriend masturbating. Isn't that interesting,
Nicki
Mr.
Minaj.
Creel? And then Mr. Kevin over here is like, hey, Mr. Creel, I know you were talking about going to the dispensary. I have a doobie right here. Do you want to smoke it with me during recess? These are true stories of riches.
They're
That I'm
it's a
exaggerating slightly.
little little
Just
changed.
Just slightly.
And the answer was no. Put that
Polite
away.
refusal.
I never saw it because I don't like to get people in trouble. That's why I'm not.
I see no evil. I hear no evil.
I know nothing.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna see. I really need purple to get in here, but they keep coming out in the wrong shapes.
Why do you need purple there?
So I can get that one.
Perfect day.
Perfect day.
You're not gonna get score that purple.
I
though.
don't know how
It's
I'm
kind of a
ever
waste.
gonna do it.
I think you
and
should
getting
give up the
any,
ghost. Get a forfer. And get
Get
some-
a forfer.
Get a forfer.
Get a forfer. A forfer. Well.
What about in here?
I
Work on
could
getting
do-
your perfect day in there.
Maybe. Oh god, this game. Oh my god. Oh my god. So it's
How many pairs of forfers?
is
do you
it
have?
it's the points are for the purple next to orange.
Yeah, every purple next to an orange.
So if I put that orange there, but this
These
already
two
has-
are already scoring. That would only help you
Yeah,
score
that
that.
would only help that one.
I think you should get this because that's a forfer, and you already have two pairs, right? Of forfers. You have this one.
That's a
Oh,
5.
That's five. I
Five
thought that was
for-
square. You have this square, so
Yeah.
you just need another square, right?
Right.
And where are your other 4 first?
And the other ones are this one and
you have those 2. So I'm saying
one.
try to get another one of these and 2 of these, and you can get that balance. That's 9 points. As opposed to 4 points. I think you should just give up on the perfect day. Not give up, but like, you know, if you get 2 more of those color there, that would be fine. But I think you should focus on getting the 4 first and trying to fill in this here. So you can get 10 points and a coin. Because you're closer to being able to complete both these. So this is the area you really need to fill in.
Which area?
This area. So you can get this area and this area. That's 20 points. Plus the 2 over here to fill in that area. But and you still have plenty of green. You could place 2 shapes on this turn if you wanted to.
What? Oh. Why? You go first. I'm thinking.
Okay, I'm just giving you the options. So, I'm definitely taking that money shape. And I think I'm going to use some money, maybe.
I think I'm going to use some money, too.
I might... should I wait? I'm going to wait a little bit on using my money. But I have 4, so I think that was...
Okay, all I have to do is use 2 money.
and then you can place any shape.
In any color, right?
Any shape, any color.
Yeah. So I'm going to do purple. So I can finally get my, I'm just tired of waiting for it to come up is what it is.
I mean, 4 points, that could balance out. If you only have -4, your negative's there. So it's not a bad idea to try to get it. You want to get all 3 of the gold cards if you can.
Oh, I just did. I just got this one. No. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Perfect
You
day.
could totally get all 3. I don't know if I might be able to get all 3. I already have 2.
I just couldn't take waiting any longer on that.
That's fair. Now, what you could have done is if you'd made that green, you would have had another money, and you could have then placed an additional shape.
Yeah, I couldn't have made it green because it would have been next to it already green.
Well, you could have placed the green shape somewhere else, like over here, gotten that money, and then used that 3 money to place an additional shape. So that's a way you can.
Well, I'm gonna get more green. Don't you worry.
I'm just pointing that out for the people at home. That is the thing you can do. I almost considered doing that on my turn, but I was like, I want to see what happens here. I want to get another one of these for sure, because then I'll be able to get that balance.
So his name is Jack. Fuck you, I'm Cher.
Yeah, you have to say the full name every time.
Jack. Fuck you, I'm Cher.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if did he ever run in with Cher?
I don't know if he's even
She
gay.
said-
I think he popped up in I like Tia from Tabletop Toki, the chick that has the bunnies,
Okay.
and then also highly recommended Traders of Osaka to me. Hi Tia. I don't think she watches this, but she's also one of the big button shy people. So yeah, I think
we get a big
I think he
choice
found us. I was in one of her chats because I like to blow up her lives when I can. She's in Wisconsin. I think she's in Wisconsin. She's somewhere in the Midwest, either Wisconsin or Michigan or one of those.
Okay. Are we done with this, or did we just do that? No.
This is new.
This
Yes.
is new.
This is
It's
new.
all
This is the
new.
penultimate round, by the way.
Ooh.
So speak
Yeah.
now or forever hold your peace.
I guess so.
Um,
Well, you can go if you want, or I'll go if I want. Let's see. Well, I think
wish this weren't orange.
this is okay in purple because I want to get more orange. So I'll just do 1.
I think I'm going to use some of this money so I can make this a different color. Green, perhaps. I'm going to do that thing I was talking about doing. So that gives me an additional money. And now I have 3, which I'm debating using to get another shape. If I did want to get another shape, it would probably be another one of these. But before I go there, 1, 2, oh, I need one more to get this. So I want to do this as another shape, but I can't get orange adjacent to there. It's the only thing.
I should have done. You know what? I might want to change something.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm going to change something.
Okay, you go ahead and change it because I'm still deciding if I am going to do it.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I want to.
Why?
Because
What
I
did you
need
wanna
an
do?
additional green.
For what?
I need an addition. So I could place 2 shapes. Wow.
What did you place?
I placed purple, which I want to retcon, I think.
Just do it then.
I want to do blue because even if that gets me 2, 4, this will just take it right away. So I need to get rid of that.
All right, you can retcon it. I'm not done with my turn, but you know that doesn't affect me. It's pretty multiplayer solitaire, so as long as we haven't gone to the next turn yet, I'm okay with that. I'm deciding if I want to place the second shape now or wait till the last round to do it.
I'm just gonna do it right here. I know that makes that, but I'm not gonna finish that all of these anyway. But now I don't have any blue left to do.
I'm not gonna place an additional shape.
And I wish I could place an additional shape, but I might. Hopefully that green will come up again. So I can take another green. Did I take a green from this? Let's see how many shapes I got. 1, 2, 3.
Have you completed any areas?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot this area. I completed that a while ago.
And your middle one is finished too, isn't it?
Yeah. So that means I should get what?
2 coins.
I might be able to take another shape.
You might be.
I might.
And I think if you can, you should. Because there's only one more round.
I think I should too. And I think it's going to be. Which was it?
It's going to be May. In
oh,
2
it's
days.
Going to be purple. It was going to be
days,
purple.
It's going to be May.
I can do another purple.
Okay.
So it's going to cost 2, right? Because I'm gonna. Oh no, it's not going to cost anything. Oh, it's going to cost 3 because it's my second shape. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, see how important it is, folks at home, that you need to make sure you're getting your coins when you finish shapes.
Yeah, that's why I said make sure you're marking this off on the score sheet as you fill in those areas.
So. See, that gets me more.
Yeah, if you can get some orange, like a 2 for orange, that might be helpful.
All right, I'm done with this round.
Okay, let's go.
Are you done with this round?
I'm not going to use my 3 yet. I'm saving it for the end. Depends on what comes out. I need another one of those. Have I gotten this yet? No, I need another one of that shape or another one of this shape. That shape's gone. I didn't mention at the beginning, but these cards are all unique. So once a particular shape has been discarded, it's gone forever. There's not multiples in the deck of the shapes. Just in case that wasn't clear.
Oh, I have 2 of those now. I just need one more with that, but it's going to go away.
Same.
Oh, no, it's not.
Well, this is the end of the game, so...
But we never, I mean, it never...
You're going to have, you would need 2 green in order to do it.
Yeah. And I only have 1. Well,
it depends on what you roll here. That's for sure.
It does. That's a 1.
That's not something that's going to be useful to me. That shape at all.
No. And these are kaput.
Well, you can still put a twofer and get that money and then be able to place that, which I think is what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do some of this action.
You can't.
You could always. It's not. You can always do a twofer of any color. That's what blocking it means. That you can't do that shape, but you can always do a twofer of any color.
Oh.
So I'm going to do that to get that, so that I can use.
I like that idea.
These to get another shape, so I can do this one in any color that I want. Which is going to be... I could do blue, just to get that last one gone. Oh, except I already have blue in these two regions. Which region did I get blue in? That one. Let's have it be pink, because I already have 3 others of these. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means I've completed this area, which gives me another coin. Just bear with me, guys. I waited until the end to do something super combo-y. And I completed this because I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're gonna win.
And then this pair. So that's 9.
No.
And I
I object, Your Honor.
And I still have money to use, so I could fill in a square here. Oh, sorry, that was the last one to complete that. Whoops. I jumped the gun on that, but I'm using that to complete that anyway. And then I'm going to use my last money to fill this in, which means I've completed that area, which gives me 1 more money, which I think
I am
gonna
calling
use.
Shenanigans on this.
I saved it till the end for a reason. Now I want to limit my negatives up here because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, let's make that -9. Because you take whatever part of the brain you have the most unfilled spaces in, and that's what determines the negatives for this here. So that's what I did. Yes, thank you. It doesn't.
I am going to rewatch this whole episode at the end because I want to make sure you didn't pull some fast one there, which I really suspect.
I got about 3. I think my average when I do well in this game is getting 3 areas filled in.
Well, I'm going to do what you did, which is do this in green.
I do think saving up your money for the end to get like that big combo you turn at the end is like really helpful, because using some of that money to fill in the holes really helps you complete things.
And I can finish this. Oh, it's going to cost me 1, right?
But I think it's still worth it. That's 10 points.
Yeah.
And another coin.
It's another coin because now I finished this.
So circle it first, so you don't forget that. Then get your coin.
Yeah. Now I could do something.
No, you need 3 to place an additional shape. So you're just using 2 coins, just so for people at home, in case that wasn't clear, using the 2 only alters what you would be able to. Just sending 2 money doesn't give you an additional shape. Spending 3 does.
Well, then I'll just make another one.
How are you just making another one? Where did that come from?
Well, because I really want to do this orange shape right there. See, it would just fit perfect.
No, baby. You can't.
Well, you did it.
Because I set it up in such a way that I had enough money to do it.
These are lies that rabbits tell themselves.
Yeah, so spending
can...
2 money only lets you be able to pick something different for when you're placing that first shape.
Rotten. You are rotten.
Just try to limit your negatives.
You're rotten.
You still got 3 areas, so...
No, there's nothing more I can do.
You could fill in black, so look at the area you have that has the most negatives, because that's where...
Well,
you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 negatives here.
Well, that's the one that has the most.
So just use your blacks to limit that. Well, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to get -7 in either case. But -7 is better than -9.
Yeah. Okay.
And did you get this balance thing?
I don't think so.
Let's just double check. So you got...
I had the end thing. I have that and that. That's one.
That's one pair.
I have
Did you
the
have two
squares.
squares?
Yes, I do. The blue and the green. But the only
What
other...
about these?
See, I only got one of those.
It has to be a matching pair, right? Because you had this. That one was 5.
That
This
one's-
one was... Did you get multiples of these? Or is
No,
that the only one
that's
like
the
that?
only one like that.
No.
Oh, yeah. No.
I think that
it
is the only one like that.
Yeah, so I
You're
didn't
so
get
close. Well, you got 2 out of 3. That's not bad.
it. All right. You're going to win. Oh, no. I feel
Well, it's
terrible.
time to
I
count
feel
up our
terrible.
scores. I will go first, just or do you want to
Because
go
you
first?
you got the 9 there. And I got nothing. I didn't even get...
Well, you got all your negatives marked off, and I didn't.
All right.
And it really depends on how you did with your purple and pink scoring too.
Purple and pink.
You want me to go first? Or
Yeah, I
me
want you to go first.
Okay. So first you add up the areas here. So I had 10 plus 10 plus 5. That is 25 points for my mind space areas that I filled up. Then my goals, I had 9 plus 7 plus 9, 18, 25 again.
Ooh.
Then for my purple, so each purple square that's adjacent to an orange square scores 2 points. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 16. Then 10 here on my orange track. Then for the pinks, this was the only pink shape. This is the only shape. This was the only one of that shape, so This one I had
1, 2,
1, 2,
3.
3. Yeah. So 3 times 4 is 12.
Why is it times 4?
Well, the shape is 4 squares.
Oh.
And I had just 3 of those, right? Because that was the 4th one. Then negative 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this one is 6, 7, 8. So yeah, negative 9. So it's 50, 66, 76, 86, 88 minus 13. So 88 minus 13 is 75, which is a pretty good score in this game. If you're in the 70s, that's a really good score. Okay. I would say 50-ish, depending on the goals you have, is still pretty good too.
I got 25 from my finished areas.
Mm-hmm.
But only 13 from the goals, so that's going to cost me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the purple next to
You
orange.
probably did better on your negatives, I'm thinking.
1, 2,
3, 4. And that's it.
Times 2 is 8. What did you get? You got 16. You did a lot better on that than I did.
That's one of the scoring things I tend to focus the most on, because it can really rack
I only
up.
got 6 on the orange. But now matching shape of different color. I think that I only got the 1. So it's 1 point per space. So 5.
So 5.
Minus 0. And then minus 7, because that was how many I had. So now, 25 and 13 is 38.
46, 52, 57, 50 points total.
Wow.
So it's still a solid outing, but I think even if you had gotten this,
It wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah, I think you could have. Well,
maybe I blame it on the B side. I mean on the A side, because I did do better when I was on the B side.
I agree. I do like the B side better, because you would think the areas being asymmetric would make it harder, but it actually helps you overlap things and fit things together in a more Tetris-y way. Whereas when you're trying to constrain these jaggedy shapes into the boxes, it makes it a little more challenging, I think. I do think the other thing is the 4 first. Like, you were so close to getting that, but you were putting different motleys of shapes. You didn't quite get that 3rd pair. And I think you weren't using enough pink shapes, so that because the strategy with the pink shape is you want to pick a shape, write it in pink when it's at the beginning of the conveyor belt. That way you have as many chances as possible to do it in other colors.
Uh-huh.
And with the purple, I think definitely you should not have done this. That was a waste of those purples. There.
It was so I could get the perfect
I know.
day.
I know. You really want to, but there was only 4 points. So, strategically, I'm not sure that was that. I think this can really rack up. Like, this isn't the most points I've gotten for scoring the purple and orange thing. Like, you can get well over 20 points just from
I feel sick. You creamed me, and I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't
He's creamy at
handle
this
all
game.
that
He's
cream.
gotten 80 in this game before, by the way, guys. So a lot of it is really dependent on the combination of goals that you choose. And there are I think I did the math, crunched the math on this. There's 3,500 something different combinations of these goal cards you can have, because there's 5 for each category, and different permutations of 3. A,
Definitely
B, C.
lots of replayability on this.
Very with the scoring goal cards. That makes it really kind of different each time, and because you get into the point where you're like, okay, I really like that purple and orange strategy.
I like
Works
that.
really well, because it also helps you double dip in that orange track.
I thought I was going to get more on that. I thought I had, but I apparently didn't.
Yeah, sometimes and every time you can be like, okay, I'm going to focus more on this because it's going to help me get these particular combinations of goals. And some of them are a little harder than others. Some of them are a little easier. I think this balance one is surprisingly hard.
That one
to
is
get.
hard.
I really had to focus on that. The perfect day, I feel, is like one, I just stumbled into it almost on accident. I think, the empathy one is pretty easy to do, which is why it's generally, it's 9 points if you get it first, so it's not bad at all. But some of these, just to kind of show you guys, this is the hardest one, I think. Security, have 6 unspent money at the end, so you have to do stuff without spending any money, basically.
Dang.
Pretty much. Adventure is kind of hard because you have to fill in the top left and bottom right sections, which are kind of like on opposite sides of the board, and you can see
and you have to have it
spread in a
touching.
particular way. Yeah. So that one. So the C ones generally are pretty harder. A life of peace, you have to fill in the top right and bottom left sections. It's a similar.
We've
kind
done
of thing.
that one lots of times.
This one, the therapy, fill in 15 or more spaces with blue. That's not so hard to do, really. It could be. Passion project, at least 1 purple space in each section. That's even harder
That
than
one
the
would
perfect
be
day.
fun.
It's very hard, I think.
Okay.
And soulmate, at least 1 pink space in each section. That's similarly hard. So the B's are still pretty hard. Serenity, fill any 2 sections without using green spaces. That's also pretty hard, but not as. So there's a nice variety of things. And then the A's, fill the 10 spaces around the 2 fur instead of the 4 fur.
Oh, that's the
Overachiever. This one's actually fairly easy to do. You just have to fill 2 rows or columns completely. Same thing with Achiever. Just fill in 1 row or column. So those actually are not that hard to do. Stressed out is hard. You got to fill all 4 corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You really got to spread out.
That would be hard.
That's a really hard one. And so, but the way you combine these can really change the point threshold you're able to achieve. Trying to achieve those.
I mean,
two.
seriously, just look at this game. It's so cool. These little
really cool.
little boards.
The production is excellent.
It is.
Other than the fact, and I'm going to show you what I mean right now. These erasers could be better. The markers in general, I think, are pretty good. And actually, on the All Play website, you can get like a little a marker pack that comes with these dice that have these grooves in them. They look like brain. They're like brain dice that look really cool.
This game, he knew when he ordered this. He knew that I would love this game.
You really like roll&writes, yeah.
I do now. It took a long time because the Three Sisters just didn't really excite me.
You're not the only one that's had the criticisms of that game being a little bit too like runaway combos to the point where it's just a little too much. This is more your speed because it's very puzzly.
Yeah, I
you
love
kind of do your
games.
thing that other people can't really mess with you.
Not really.
You know, so it's a really good solo game too, by the way. Because the only difference in the solo game is with the scoring cards, you're rolling a dice after a certain number of rounds and then you're flipping them over. So in the solo game, you can be in a situation where you can only get the lowest value for all those goals, even if you achieve them. Or you could... One could get flipped over and be like, oh, I'm not going to get that goal. But then it could get flipped back over. So there's a possibility in the solo game that even if it gets flipped over to the lower side, it might flip back over to the higher side. And you could still
I'm
get
having
it.
a craving right now.
For cock.
No. Cheesy bread.
I'm not gonna make
With the marinara.
That's not gonna help. We were feeling so bloated yesterday.
Oh my god! I know.
So now we're talking about having just like straight up bread. It's chill. But I do want to show
Sure.
like
I'm not helping.
these
you.
can be hard to erase sometimes if you
Oh,
let
yeah.
them sit for more than a couple of minutes.
Don't.
It becomes really hard. You erase them right away, guys. I'm telling
Otherwise, you are gonna
But
need so much elbow.
These
grease.
are very glossy boards. They're really nice, and I think that they will hold up pretty well.
Yeah, as
over
long
time,
as
as long as you
remember
take
to
care of them.
raise. Yep.
As long as you take care of them, always being the caveat of a game like this. But I do like that All Play sells these, because I feel like these, you use these so much, I don't know when we're going to run out of ink in these. You know what I mean? So I do like that you can buy the refill pack, so to speak. A lot of other people I've seen have just like gotten their own markers, use their own dry erase markers for this. So you can do that. Just getting them in the colors that actually match these is the thing. But I think these aren't hard colors to find markers for, generally. Just as long as they're dry erase. But I think these work pretty good. You know, they're nice and flowy. You know, I really think this production is quite excellent.
I do too.
So,
And
and
I
it's a
love
very good roll and write there.
games that come in these size boxes. I mean, compared to like these.
Well, it's All Play's thing,
Shelf
right?
hogs.
So I like, and this is the thing about Japanese games in general, and that's why I think All Play is really reprinting a lot of these small box Japanese games, because a lot of Japanese games are that small box thing. They like to conserve space as much as possible, because obviously Japan, especially in Tokyo, space is at a premium. So they don't want like huge boxes because
No.
people can't fit that into their like
Did you
4x4
notice something?
apartments.
We were at this it's like a vintage store. Did you notice how like
Stardust.
yeah, like the cups and like the size of the glassware, like in the 60s, it was smaller.
It was.
Like we're used to drinking. God, ever since they started doing this like super sizing in the fast food industry and stuff, our glasses are much bigger than they used to be.
Well, most of our containers in general
Are bigger.
Are bigger.
Yeah.
Side portions are bigger, you know.
I know. I just noticed that because as I'm looking around at the shelves, it's like all of this stuff. I mean, compared to modern stuff, it seems so small.
It's true. And you know, this is sort of All Play's thing. All their box, most of their games are this size box because it's a part of their small box series. You know, they call it, what do they call it? It's a big game, small box. Is that
I wonder
the
if
most popular
that
series?
would be fun to go to a game store in Japan, wouldn't it?
Of course, I would love to go to Japan. That's
If we
definitely on the
went to
bucket list for me.
Tokyo, we would be looking.
Tokyo
up.
Game Market is definitely on our list of like bucket list. If we do go to Japan, I would definitely want to line it up with Tokyo Game Market. Because that's where all the indie publishers
I
are.
should let my
Japan.
niece know and go. If you go to the Tokyo Game Market,
Well, they have them twice a year. I think the spring one just happened.
oh, they only have it twice a year. Okay.
Yeah, I think it moves between different cities. There's one in Kyoto in the fall, I believe, and I think the spring one is
I would
in
love
Tokyo,
to
or
go
it's
to
the opposite.
Kyoto
I can't
also.
remember. Oh, yes, yeah. So that's definitely on the bucket list of things to do, and then we could get more Japanese games.
But I would want to go during the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Then,
for
well, that
sure.
would line up with the spring Tokyo
one.
Game Market,
Okay,
probably
we're doing.
on the tail
When
end.
we make
got the
our
money.
fortune,
Maybe not quite a fortune. I mean,
Well,
tickets to Japan are
God,
probably pretty expensive.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
Ireland is more likely because the flights to Ireland are actually pretty cheap
They
from the
are.
States.
They are cheaper.
And then, you know, you can, once you're in Ireland and you want to fly to other places in Europe, it's even cheaper.
Oh,
you know.
really?
Yeah, it's only like, what was it? When Jamila went, she said it was like $10 to fly from like Ireland to Britain. It's right
Really?
there. You
That
know,
cheap?
just one airport to the
Oh,
next.
that was before.
Once
all
you're
this
in the
inflation,
EU.
though.
It was about the same. This was like less than a year ago. So
I mean, that's true.
yeah, it's like once you're there, it's like basically like getting a train ticket, you know, because you're just flying from Dublin to
Well,
London.
for
It's not that far.
my money, I am all about doing. I've been to Ireland, but I would like to go back and do more of Ireland, including Northern Ireland, and also England and Scotland. And then we can.
I really want to go to England. So I think the bucket list is like Tokyo, Italy, England. Those are definitely
You don't
the
want
top
to go to
three for
Scotland?
me.
There's a lot of interesting stuff there. You don't want to go to that. What
Sure.
didn't they have?
I'd love to see Hadrian's Wall for sure.
Where is that?
Well, it's just
In
south
the
of
middle?
Scotland.
Yeah.
It's still in England technically, but it's like right before you get to like there's that huge national park that's between Hadrian's Wall and the Scottish border.
I mean, all I can say is, having seen Ireland, it's so gorgeous because they're right there on the ocean,
Sure.
and everything is so green, and it's just really beautiful.
Yeah,
And I'd like to do the Midlands in England, what they just talk about. The Lake District.
yeah. I just need a better job, and then we could totally start to do some actual traveling. So that's in the works.
And he has a close friend that's in Italy.
Roma, yeah, she's still living in Roma, but I think his because her husband is
A physicist, isn't
I
he?
wanted to say astrophysicist, but that's not what it is.
He's a physicist.
He's some kind of physicist. Yeah, I think he might be. What do you call that? The really intense that do like
Theoretical
the jets.
physicist.
No, do they do like the jets, the rockets?
You mean in physics?
Yeah.
I don't.
What's that called?
I don't know. Explosive physics.
That's explosive physics. Anyway, he's a researcher.
I know all about.
And she was like, "Hey, you need to
physics.
visit me while I'm still in Rome." So I think his research grant is running out in like less than a year or something like that. So I need to get that job, and then the first trip is to Roma to go see Monica.
And we both love Italian food. I mean, my God,
Indeed.
it's like
I love Italian everything.
so
I mean,
good.
I sing opera. Like
It's true.
Italian is one of my languages I can actually kind of read and speak. So I need to work on Japanese before we go to Tokyo Game Market because I've heard there's not a lot of stuff in English there.
Well, I know I've heard from people that have been to Japan that even I don't know about Tokyo, but in like you'd expect that maybe more people would speak English, but like even in the hotel when you're staying in a nice hotel, they may not speak English.
I think it's similar to like in Canada, or it's probably more similar to here. Like a lot of people take Spanish, but not a lot of people can really speak Spanish. Like you learn it in school, but you don't really become fluent.
Right.
And like a lot of Japanese and Korean schools do teach English. It's a very popular subject, but it's not something you would become fluent in generally unless you travel internationally or you maybe did a study abroad in America. It's what a lot of Japanese people do that become
if
fluent
we
in
were going to
English.
go to Japan, I would totally study Japanese too.
You should.
In fact, I would study any country that I'm going to. I would study
Now,
it at least a
spoken
bit.
Japanese, I think, is not that hard to pick up because it's a very phonetic language. The grammar is a little challenging.
And a lot of it has to do with where you are in the proximity to other people, and it's like really
but the writing
complex.
system is even more complex than Chinese because Chinese is a lot more standardized, but in Japan they mix a lot of different scripts together. So that's what makes learning to read Japanese a little bit challenging. But nowadays I think they use kanji, not exclusively, but they mix in a lot more romanji. So even when you're reading some Japanese, they don't use the Chinese characters as much anymore unless it's like technical or academic writing, but it's still, even just learning kanji is still, or hiragana, kanji is the Chinese characters. Hiragana is what people use more in day to day. Like if you're on Amazon, you'll see mostly hiragana, more like it's sort of like 70-30, maybe 80-20 to kanji. But even learning hiragana, which isn't as hard, it's not as hard to learn calligraphically, so to speak. Like the Chinese characters, you have to get really good at the calligraphy. The hiragana is kind of similar to what do you call the Korean script? Hangul, which it's more more geometric. The characters are more simple. It's easier to get quick at handwriting it and reading it. But yeah, I would love to learn Japanese.
My God, I know. I love Japanese things anyway.
We really need to. If we're going to continue to be such Japanophiles, we really should start learning Japanese.
We should.
But you're pretty good at Portuguese, so we should do a Portuguese designer series at some point.
Lata.
Yes, then we'll probably be streaming that sometime next month. So, announcement time, I think, because we always follow digressions. This was part of our Japanese designer focus series, which we will be continuing into May. I decided
because we have too many
there's
games.
so many games to get to. It probably will just be ongoing, so I don't know that we'll be, doing it every time until we finish them. We'll have other stuff in between. But we will continue to do this periodically because, again, we have so many Japanese games. Most of the Japanese games we have so far on the shelf are things that have mostly been reprinted in the States. We don't really have any that are like, super off the, like, you can't find it unless you go to Japan.
Oh, no, we don't.
But we'll probably be going down that road in the not too distant future. Because Japanese Amazon actually does deliver to the States. They're pretty good about that. It's expensive, but...
Maybe I'll have to call my niece and find out how much they're spending to go, because they're going to Japan in June.
Yeah, the food's
like,
generally pretty cheap there. I think other things are more expensive. The hotels are probably pretty expensive, the most expensive thing.
Probably. Flight.
But yeah, we'll be continuing that, and we might be streaming on Wednesday. I hope we're streaming Wednesday. We didn't stream last Wednesday because of Rich's was getting stuff shoved up his butt, and he had to fast, so he was really like weak and needed time to recover from all that. I think the fasting was harder than the actual colonoscopy for you.
All I can say is like it does. Like if you have surgery, I don't know, depending on what it is, you can come out of it just feeling fine, which I did. But you still are tired. It's almost like you worked.
Well, because they give you anesthesia, so it takes a while to get that out of your system.
It does. So I was a little more tired than
usual. And we were going to stream on Friday, but that also didn't happen. But I want to try and do Wednesday or at least Friday. If either case. All right. But I think we're gonna do Mermaid Rain.
Good.
I think
we should do Mermaid Rain.
We really want to. So I think we're going to stream it because I realize our 2-player mode is a little unauthorized.
Unless you want to stream it right now.
No. Only one. Let's keep it clear which stream is which. When people are searching for like, oh, which game? I'm looking for that particular video, So yes, we will be out soon. And we still have that Dandelions videos coming out soon. And we have a Happy City video, which we'll probably be filming right after this. Because we got the expansion. I think I showed you guys last time, right?
We have to say goodbye. I have to go pee really bad.
Okay, bye, guys.
Sorry.
Catch us on the flip side.